What's going on, guys? Much requested video about the top 3 exercises to grow big biceps. Now, first thing first, a lot of people ask me about the peak of the biceps, and this is something that is genetics. Alright, some people will have that peak kind of like a mountain, alright? Other people will have like a long biceps. They won't be able to have that peak that feels like a triangle, alright? We see Arnold's peak and everybody's like, whoa, he's got a great peak. But Lou Ferrigno's biceps is different. It's not because they have less muscle or more. It's not something that you can work. You can't train the peak, alright? You can't exercise for getting that peak. This is genetics, but what you can do is exercising to build muscle mass, to develop that belly, that muscle belly, and grow it from there. And then depending on your genetics, your biceps will look a certain way. Now, 3 exercises to help you build your biceps, because a lot of people will go at the gym and they don't know what to do exactly. First thing first that I want you to understand is that for the biceps and the triceps, the smaller muscle groups, you really have to focus on your mind-muscle connection. You gotta put your mind into it. You can't just be curling. We see people curling 70s and throwing weight around, but they have small biceps. Why? Because it's a small muscle, then it's super easy to compensate and use your traps, use your shoulders. Next thing you know, you're curling hundreds, but your arms are small because your arms are getting barely any tension. It's your shoulders and triceps shoulders and traps that are lifting the weight. Alright, so that's not what we want to do. We want to focus on the mind-muscle connection. Put your mind into it. Connect with your muscle, connect with your biceps, and make sure that you're kind of lifting the weight with that muscle. That's super important. Trust me, do not neglect that. Do not neglect that. I can give you the best exercises, which I will, but it's about also the form, the technique, making sure that you're connected with the muscle and you're squeezing it and you're lifting the weight with your biceps rather than with your shoulders or traps. Alright, the goal is putting as much tension as possible in there. Another thing I want to cover quickly is the rep range. A lot of people go low rep range for 8 reps and they 8 reps. I've seen people do biceps curl for 3 reps that kind of do a PR on a biceps curl. It won't work. Alright, your biceps like higher reps. So at least 10 reps, I would say 10 to 15, stick to that 8 to 15 rep range, don't go under 8, alright, 10 to 15, I find for me 12 to 15 is the sweet spot for arms. I love doing higher reps, getting a good burn, a good squeeze. Now, let's get straight into the exercises. Number 1, supinated dumbbell curl, both arms at the same time. I don't like doing each arm on its own because I feel like I'm losing tension and this one is resting too long while this one is going. I like doing both arms at the same time. Supinated, I don't twist my arms, so I keep my grip supinated and I'm going down and up, and I don't go necessarily all the way down. I keep it a little bit unlocked, and I would go for dumbbell curls. Alright, I really love this exercise. Sometimes what I would do is put my shoulder and lower back on a wall just so I don't cheat, not compensate, and really relax my shoulders, let them kind of fall down and just curl with the biceps. Trust me, the feeling, the squeeze will be amazing. And don't go heavy. People overdo it on the weight, alright, especially with biceps. Like I said, as soon as you go a bit heavy, you're gonna be compensating and you won't be putting that tension where you want it. So sometimes I would use only 20 pounds or 25 pounds, but I would really concentrate and time under tension and controlling the weight up and down. That's super important. So that's the first exercise. Exercise number 2, hammer curl. Alright, so basically both arms together with this grip. Hammer curl is a neutral grip. Now sometimes with the hammer I will go a little bit inside and I will do each arm on its own, or I will do single arm and I'll finish with this arm and then go on the other arm. Why I love hammer curls? First of all, they help you work your forearms, and we know that having great forearms looks good when you want to have a bigger arm. You don't want to have a skinny forearms. Also, it works the brachialis, so the muscle right here gives you that thickness in your arms, the muscle between your biceps and triceps, and it works the biceps as well. I love this exercise. I have a great feel from it, which is very different from the supinated grip. It's crazy how sometimes just changing grips, you can feel it better, and yeah, it gives you that thickness of the arm. So I really love that exercise. I do it every single arm workout. Also higher reps, so even if it's something that I can use heavier weights, I'll never go too heavy on it. Max I'll use would be 35 pounds. Alright, moving on. Third exercise that I barely see anyone doing at the gym. Concentration curl, single arm. Alright, if you've seen Pumping Iron, well, Arnold was famous for doing it, and I really remember that scene in my mind. He was doing it and talking about the pump and how the pump is the best feeling in the world. And just concentration curl, you go all the way down, all the way up. You don't need heavy weight. and really stretching and squeezing and doing each arm on its own really helps you get that good squeeze and concentrate on the muscle, get all your mind inside of that muscle. And I've been reincorporating it recently in my arms workout. I do it at the end just because it's an exercise where you don't want to go heavy and you want to kind of finish with, and I love it. All right, I've been loving it. I would do also focusing on the mind muscle connection. And guys, it's super important that it's not only about the exercise that I give you. I can give you exercises and someone else can give you other ones, but it's about what you feel best. You got to make sure that you're feeling that muscle, you're connecting with it, and you're having that mind muscle connection. If you can't connect with the muscle, let's say you're doing your biceps curl and you feel your traps and you feel this and you feel that and you don't feel your biceps, well, then it's not going to work for you. Don't do an exercise because I told you it's the best, because somebody else who will have also big arms will give you 3 other exercises. So yes, it's important that you kind of do your research, but at the end of the day, find the ones that work for you and stick to them and progressively overload on them instead of always changing. You don't need to always change programs. A lot of people tell me, well, I gotta change my program. I've been doing it for 4 weeks. So what? You don't change the exercise that work for you. If you've been doing squats and they work well, just progressively overload on the squat. Why you want to switch it for another exercise that you don't master? Doesn't make any sense. All right, that's not how you shock the body. That's not how you progress. It's by progressively overloading on the exercises that already work well for you. So those are my top 3. All right, bicep supinated curl, hammer curl, concentration curl. I'm not a big machine guy. You might say, well, there's no much machine. I prefer doing free weights, and those are the ones I feel best. All right, so that's it for this video, guys. Hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Let's get this channel growing, and I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.